Welcome to episode 11 of Digging with Deb. How you like the new glasses? I just wanted to do some updates today on the garden and then also show you some natural pesticides, and you'll see why in a minute. I'll show you when I take a tour of my garden. Now, I've had some successes and some failures this year, as we all do as gardeners. So I want to show those to you. But before I do that, I want to show you my beautiful apple tree back here. Let me switch this. Look at those beautiful apples. These apples will ripen sometime in the middle of August, something like that. But these are literally 100% organic. And do not ask me what kind of apple it is, because I don't know. This is an ancient apple tree. We estimate that it's probably 200 years old, which means it's probably older than my house. It was here before the house was. And I'm not even kidding about the 200 years. It's a really old apple tree. And again, I don't know what kind of apple it is. It makes wonderful baked apples, apple pies. Mwah, it's delicious. And then also applesauce is great from this tree. They'll turn a little bit red with some yellow highlights, and they're just fabulous. I love my apple tree. Then we also have plums. This is the old-fashioned prune plum, and it doesn't have as many plums as sometimes, but last year I got nothing. And these things here, that's some sort of fungus as far as I can tell. It really doesn't hurt the tree. If you know different, let me know. Message me and let me know if I should trim it off, and I'll do that because it's all over the tree. But to me it seems like it's not hurting anything, so I'm leaving it be at this point. Now let me show you some stuff in my garden. I think I told you the other day at the last episode that I was trying something with my onions, and look at these onions. These onions are just gorgeous. I fertilized them with some bone meal, but look at the size of these things. So my experiment, I gotta say, with growing onions at this point, don't know how they taste yet because they're not ready to harvest. Harvest when the tops are turning brown. You can see they're starting to, but not quite yet. But there were three things. Plant really early, don't plant the bulbs too deep, and get the right kind of onion for your area, which in our area in Northwest Ohio is long day onions. And beautiful. Now my red onions right over here are not quite as good, but I'm getting them. There's getting to be something. So I would say I'm going to continue this and maybe even grow some more next year. I'll see how long these last. Some of these store. The yellow ones store very well. The white ones you got to use up right away. So when I make my salsa, I'll be using the white ones from my own garden. That's kind of awesome. So that's the onions. Now come on over here, and here's my tomatoes with the lovely dandelions in the middle. But I wanted to show you, there's the grow oya. It's buried in there. Every day I put water in there, and it uses this bed uses approximately a little over half a gallon a day. But it's really easy to do because that takes care of them. And you can see my tomatoes are doing just beautifully. There's a ton of blossoms here. I don't have anything yet at this point. There's a little tomato getting ready to go. And There's some, this is an heirloom tomato. I don't know if I see any little ones, but right now I don't have any problems with the pests on my tomatoes. They're doing really, really well. My beets are doing wonderfully. I'm going to be picking those soon. You can see the beets down here, right down there. It's about just the perfect size. So I'm going to be harvesting sometime later this week, maybe soon anyhow. So right now everything here is looking really good, and so is the weed. But what I wanted to show you, this was supposed to be full of lima beans. As you can see, it's very, very spotty. So I would say that's probably not a real win this year. For some reason, the lima beans just did not come up. So I'll get some for several meals, but that's about it. Also over there, yeah, the corn didn't do so swell. It didn't come up. Again, I don't know why, but it didn't come up. So my corn isn't doing good. But here's what I wanted to show you. There's my whirligigs to keep the birds out. Holes. I've got cabbage borers here. And you can see that this is Brussels sprouts. There's broccoli that didn't grow very big, but my cabbage is getting nibbled on, and I don't like that. So I'm going to make some natural natural pesticide for my coals here, and it's specifically for the corn borers. I'll show you that in just a little bit. But right now that's a little bit on my garden, and I hope you enjoyed touring the garden with me. Okay, now let's take care of those bugs that I saw out there. Now the first bug pesticide I'm going to use is called Bug Be Gone Spray. That's not what I'm going to put on my cabbages, but I'm going to make it to be proactive for when bugs might happen on those tomatoes and the beans and stuff like that. I haven't seen any yet, but I probably will at some point. So let's do that Bug Be Gone spray. So here's what I've got. I got some hot water. I made it in my Keurig. And then you take some chewing tobacco and you put it in the water, and you essentially make some tobacco tea. That's going to help kill the bugs. So I'm going to let that stew. I wanted to do that first because by the end of this episode, I will make the Bug Be Gone spray. But I got to make the tea first. So you have to let tea steep for a little while. Till it gets nice and dark, or as dark as you want it. Right now it's already getting dark. But here's the next one I'm going to be making. It's the one for the corn cabbage borers. So I have a container that has markings on. I need 1 cup of flour. And there's only 2 ingredients in this one. And it's going to look a lot like the powder you put on the coals. It's just not toxic like Severn is. Okay, there's 1 cup of that. I'll be right back. Couldn't find what I wanted, but that's okay. 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper. You can get generic. I happen to get one that was not generic, but that doesn't matter. So, 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. And if you get a little extra in there, it makes it fierce. And you mix it up. That's it. That's all there is to it. Yep, that's it. There it is, all done. Put it in your sprinkler. I'm a chemistry teacher, so shout out to Pandora Gilboa, my home school, for 1 more year. This is going to be my last year of teaching. So, have people sign up for this. This is so easy to do, and it's organic. You can genuinely say it's organic. And it's not going to hurt you or your food. Okay, well, I got a little extra here. Well, no, I think I can get it all in. There we go. Very, very full. That's just fine. There we go. Then all I have to do is go out and sprinkle those cabbages heavily. Just sprinkle a lot, as much as you want, because that's not very expensive to make. So that's the one. Now here's the other one. Real easy. And you can remember this because it's real easy. You only have 3 ingredients. 3. 1 cup of a Listerine. Well, you know what? I should probably open this up before I got here, right? Well, you'll see how incompetent I am here. There we go. There we go. Okay. 1 cup of a Listerine type mouthwash. Again, I'm using a marked container because I'm lazy. I don't want to have to measure it out all the time. You'll take 1 cup of Murphy's soap. This makes it, this is an anti-surfactant, which what it means is it's going to break the surface tension and go into the bugs. And then, look how nice and dark that tea is. And then 1 cup of the tobacco tea. I'm trying not to get the tobacco in there. There we go. Oops, there's a piece of tobacco. There we go. 1 cup of the tobacco tea. Okay, now, got to stir it up. And then you put it into your applicator. And then when you use it, you just soak the dickens out of those plants and those bugs. You just soak the plants. That's it. That's all there is to it. How hard is that, people? 3 ingredients for the Bug Be Gone spray, 2 ingredients for the anti cabbage borer. You can do this. You can do this. Now you got to get some tobacco. I had to go into the tobacco store. My husband says, get in, get out, let's go. So that's all there is to it. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of Digging with Deb. Come back and I'll have some more updates for you and maybe some more bug sprays and stuff like that. Thanks a lot. We'll see ya. Thank you for your viewing. Bye-bye. Again, pass the word around.